everyone. Welcome back to Teacher in the Middle. My name is Linnell if you are new here. And how have you been? It has been a minute. I have been sick, y'all. I was in so much pain. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not completely cured, if that's the best word to use, but I am feeling better. I ended up going to the doctor yesterday afternoon, and I was given a super ibuprofen type medicine. And that's what I've been taking, and it's helping. Apparently, my bursa sacs or balls or whatever there are in my right hip joint are inflamed, and it's causing tremendous pain, especially if I'm sitting, but definitely if I'm lying down in the bed. And so I have not been sleeping well the last 3 weeks, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I went in yesterday, and that's what I was told. I also picked up a cold or some respiratory something. It's not COVID. I did a check for that, and the doctor also didn't think it was COVID. So basically it's viral, and it has to work its way out, and I do feel better with that today. She told me to take some cough medicine. She gave me some cough medicine, and that helped with my cough, because y'all, my entire chest, have you ever had a cough like that? Your entire chest just hurts from the violence of the cough. So enough about all those things. I didn't post anything last week. I started a video last week, but I was in so much pain, I just couldn't. All I wanted to do was, when it was time to go home. Even though I was miserable at home, I just wanted to be home, and sometimes it's like that. But anyway, so let's see what's going on here. Today we took DRC Beacon for math. Next Thursday we'll take it for ELA, which is me. So we're nearly done. We're finished reading the book in my 8th grade classes, and we're very close to finishing the book in my 7th grade class. Common assessments are right around the corner, October the 7th, and this is the first year we've had the common assessments. We're having the common assessments, and so that's what I am a little anxious about. And I have done a little change in here, but I'll show you that later. Not much has changed, honestly. School level wise, we have been asked to add success criteria to our learning targets or objectives. And I'm like, how much more can we do? How much more? Just what else? How much more? Just could take my entire personal life from me. But and I'll tell you why I'm feeling that way in just a little bit. So we're going to have to do that. Lesson plans are due tomorrow, so I will not stay in this building to do lesson plans. I will do them at home, and I will work on adding learning targets with success criteria at home tonight. I'm also trying to catch up on grading, because I was not feeling like grading, and I'm trying to get that caught up, because I don't want that to be an issue later on as well. Let's see. I made a list, y'all, because I feel like we haven't talked in a while. Okay, so let me get to what has really been ruffling my feathers here lately. And it is coming from the district office, and it's about the pacing guide and our resources. So I've always felt, and when I say always, I mean since last year, that the pacing guide was not the best pacing guide for the students that I teach, and the resources on the pacing guide were not the best resources for the students that I teach. And I have not really verbalized it beyond whatever I've said here with you guys, but today I did have the opportunity to talk with my interventionist, and I don't expect change, I'll be honest. I don't expect change. I just needed to get it off of my chest. Many of the ELA teachers here, and probably in some of the other schools, are a little upset because of this. We have to use the pacing guide. We can only have, I think, 20% of outside resources. Everything has to come from either the StudySync system that we're using for textbooks, or No Red Ink, which is a digital system that we're using. Only 20% of our own or other resources from elsewhere. And I have a problem with that, because if you have students who are on various levels and you're supposed to be helping these students, sometimes your book don't have enough. And then they allow teachers in various grades to use other grades' work. So now you're taking away even more of the resources that I have or that I could use. I think all of this started from the summer, at the right before school started, and we had a big ELA meeting with everybody in the district, and I mentioned that I used an abridged version of the book because it was just too much for my students. And I could see how she looked. Her entire just everything changed about her. She was mad. But that's okay. She can be mad, because who am I? What am I if I don't speak up for my students? And I don't think the pacing guide is the proper pacing guide for students. It's more of an advanced pacing guide. I understand you may be interested in the rigor and you want to try to keep the rigor, but if your children's rigor is not on the level that they're on, what kind of rigor? Like, it needs to. You can't give a student who is on a third or fourth grade level, ninth grade work, and expect them to succeed at that work. It's a building process, a stepping process, and time that we have neither of with the pacing guide that we have. And after they've mandated that we must follow the pacing guide and we must use X, Y, and Z as resources and nothing else, that's a problem. I was not at the meeting, so I'm not going to say that the next thing I'm going to tell you was said. I can, I don't want to say guess, but rumor has it that someone said, and I don't even know who the someone is, if it really mattered, it doesn't really matter, that we as in the teachers who were not following the pacing guide were ineffective teachers. And I totally disagree with that, because how can you be ineffective if you are doing things to help your students? And that really bothered me. I could also see if my scores were horrible. My scores were not horrible. So why can't I continue doing what I'm doing? Why break it? Why try to fix something that's not broken? And that's kind of how I feel with that situation. So that's where we are with that. I was looking back at my notes, but yeah, I'm neither here nor there with it, meaning I'm upset, but I don't think anything will happen or change anyway. So other than talking with my interventionist here and you guys, that's as far as I'm even going to try to take it, because again, nothing's going to happen. It is what it is. And so the only thing that I can do as a professional is do the best I can do with what they've told me. I just don't want them at the end of the day, or the end of the year, I guess I should say, to look at my scores for this year and say, wow, they dropped. And then what will it be at that point? And that's just where I am with that situation. So the first quarter is almost over. We have about 2 weeks, a week and a half. Yeah, a week and a half left in the first quarter, and we'll have 1 quarter down with 3 to go. Yeah, so that's where we are. My desk, my promise to keep my desk clean did not happen. My desk is horrible, and it will be horrible one more day at least, because when I finish this, I am going home. I am going to fix me something to eat. And I want to chill. I probably will for a few minutes, but then I have some grading that I need to do. Let's see, I talked about where we are in the classes, and I've talked about what's been weighing kind of heavy on my heart. And so there's nothing really new to see. I'm just gonna hold on until I get a couple more things in and do a couple more things within the classroom before I show you anything. But there is, I'll take that back. There is one thing I want to show you. So let me turn you around and show you that. So I said let me show you one thing, but I'll probably go ahead and show you the other thing as well. So I guess I am showing you things in the class. I decided to separate my teaching binder into two binders, one specifically for 7th grade and then one specifically for 8th grade, especially since we are, being tasked with following the PACER guide so strictly, and just keeping up with everything because there is so much to do. So yes, I've separated them so this will have everything that is associated with whatever I'm teaching in 7th grade, and this one will have everything that's associated with what I'm teaching in 8th grade, and then also the coach teach writing. I will talk more about that as well in another video, probably a separate video. And this is really helping. I'm still putting it together. That's why you see some things not hole punched and not in. Oh yes, I can show you this, girl. I forgot about I had all this stuff, but I created a small group tracker sheet. And so up here, it is based on the diagnostic, the current diagnostic. So like they took the diagnostic in August, and so the groups will be made dependent on what was shown on the diagnostic from August, so the fall. And so it will be student name, the score they made on the diagnostic, the group designation that the diagnostic gave them. Vocabulary is low, so I wanted to make sure I keep up with the vocabulary level, the fiction level, and the informational text level. And so that information will go there for each group. So like one sheet of paper is one group. And then at the bottom down here, the groups may be broken down more from what they are up there and into like smaller groups. And these are the groups that I will pull together for small group work. And I will just have them listed here, and maybe what we need to cover or did cover or whatever the case may be, just notes for that. So I created this, and I will keep you updated on how that works for me. A lot of work at the beginning, but once you get it going, then it's good to go. And then the final thing that I want to show you is my iReady folders came 2 different ways this year. Okay, so it may be kind of weird right in this little area of the video because I had to turn the folders around. I realized the students' names were showing, and then I just kind of threw the paper across the one in the back. But anyways, so we ended up with the regular file folders, and then some new ones where instead of the tab being here horizontally, they're on there vertically. So I had to figure out what to do because I had them in these baskets like this, and the kids were struggling to find their folders. So I was like, what can I do? What can I do? My original thought was to get separate boxes, smaller boxes to use, but then I figured, why have all that stuff on the counter? And I used boxes like this, a little bit bigger ones, and the folders were getting all bent up, and I just didn't like how they were looking in the past. So I switched to this box, which is set up for like hanging file folders. Sorry about my hand all in the way. And within each hanging file, we have the folders. And then the students can simply go through and find their folder. And then for the taller ones, they can just simply do the same thing and find their folder. So I have all classes in this one box. And if you notice, I have a color coded. So we've got a blue folder, hanging file, we have a green one, and we have a red one back there, which corresponds with the class. Now, don't look at my buckets because I couldn't find little boxes, red ones, and then I couldn't find, well, that's the one I really need, some red ones, because I'll make this do for green, and then I have some of those for the blue. May not be the same blue, but that's okay. So if I can ever find some red ones, then I'll be set basically for that. So this is, again, my container that holds my iReady folders, so my students can find their folders easily or easier than they have been looking for them. Y'all, please excuse my congestion. And I kind of like this. I think I did something. I'm proud of myself for finally coming up with that. And I'll keep you updated on how this is working for me and my babies. And that is about it. There's one more thing. Let me take you over here. I was just thinking, I want to do something. Well, I did change this up some. And as you can see, I've printed out the unit and the essential question and the novel that we're working on. Talking about the learning targets. This homework section. We have to have all of this stuff. We have to have like the learning targets and the agenda. And then of course, if you have homework, that needs to be up there and stuff. So I was thinking about turning this into like a box, like a 4-day box, or four boxes, and just have the homework up there like that all week so they can see what is supposed to be going on all week. So I'm thinking about that. I'm going to try it tomorrow. I'm tired. My medicine is beginning to kind of wear off, and I'm hungry. And so I'm just going to stop it here. Today is Thursday, so we have one more day in the week, and I will get back to you tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, and in the video for this week. And I would love for you to ask questions, make suggestions, like, share, and subscribe. And of course, I'm going to say this again tomorrow, so I'll probably take it off. But yeah, that's where we are. Everything else is the same. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Today is Friday, September the 19th, and it's Friday. I'm in a lot of pain this morning, but I'm here. It's Friday. It is the end of the week. We are continuously pushing to finish the novels and get those done so that I can go ahead and do a final test next week and review. And then we have the common assessment for the unit, which includes the novel and the stories from the textbook. And I do need to try to cover 2 to 3 more of those before the common assessment on the 7th of October. So that's where I am with that. Let's see what else is going on. Today I have on a college shirt because today is college application day for the seniors here at the school. And we are showing support and encouragement for them with that by wearing college shirts today. I sound horrible because I'm still fighting this whatever I have. I think I need a vacation already. We do have fall break coming up in October. It's just I think one or 2 days. But it will be a welcome break from here. I'm still fit to be tied with the things that I discussed earlier in the clip from yesterday. But I guess I need to put on my big girl pants, get over it, and keep it moving, because it is what it is. I tell my students that, so I need to also live by what I say, that it is what it is, and just do what I can, and what I can't do, I have to let it be. And I get out of my little mood with it. So it is, let's see, it's Friday, and I'm just ready for it to be over so I can go home. I am going to take some medicine here now to try to get feeling somewhat good so that I can get through the day. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and I will see you next week with another vlog from Teacher in the Middle. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment below. And I will see you guys next week. Take care. Have a good weekend. Until then.